Government Access Channel. My guest today is Joanne Dornfeld, who is the principal of Tuckahoe High School, and a very exuberant young lady who brings a different class approach to the being a principal here in Tuckahoe High School. Joanne, tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, I've been in education for almost 20 years now. I began as a special education teacher and moved up to becoming a program director for Westchester Community College for a number of years. And then my last position, I was an assistant principal at Westlake Middle School, which is in the Mount Pleasant Central School District. And now I'm in Tuckahoe High School.
Well, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
What I've noticed about you and also the middle school principal, and I mentioned as we started, you have a sort of an exuberance that we haven't seen in a long time.
I drive them crazy with my enthusiasm, and I'm really trying to tone down because I'm trying to do a lot of things and make a few changes. And I think you need to generate a lot of excitement in the school for kids. It makes them feel very good about who they are, and also the teachers. It makes them enthusiastic about what they're doing.
Great.
So high energy level.
Great. One of the things we're hearing about lately is raising the standards for graduation. What is it now? I know when we were in school it was either 16 or 18 credits when we got out.
Right. The students have to be taking 5 credits per year, so they really need 20 credits by the time they graduate. But the state is pushing higher standards. There'll be a lot of new assessments coming down. The whole region's structure is changing. The exams will be very different. So over the next few years at the high school, we will be reviewing curriculum. We will be doing a lot of staff development to prepare the teachers, to prepare the students for the new assessments that will be beginning in the year 1999. So.
Yeah. What are the percentage of students now that are taking the Regents as opposed to those that are taking a general type of a diploma or a commercial type diploma?
Well, last year we only had 30% of our students getting Regents diplomas. We are hoping to raise that. The state is telling us that by next year all our students have to be in Regents courses.
Great.
So we're shooting for as high a percentage as we can get at this point.
Are you getting cooperation from the parents in this regard?
The parents in this district are amazing with their involvement. There's a tremendous amount of support and cooperation. Right now, a group of parents are working with me on a restructuring effort for the high school, and we're hoping to bring about a few improvements, move us ahead and into the next century, and make Tuckahoe the best place it can be.
Well, that's great. Of course, the education system has changed since I've been in school. Now we see a lot of computers and computer-oriented courses. Where does Tuckahoe fit in with that?
Tuckahoe has amazing technology available for our students. We have a wonderful computer lab. The students do take courses in computer, keyboarding and computer applications. They know how to surf the internet and use the World Wide Web, which a lot of us adults are still trying to figure all those terms out. But the kids have it down pat, and we're very fortunate in Tuckahoe. We have a great technology in Tuckahoe.
Kids are great with computers. I have trouble programming my VCR, and boy, my grandson comes along and
I know,
boom, 1, 2, 3.
Amazing. When I'm stuck, I ask my children at home, how do I do this? So.
Great. How about extracurricular activities? I know that some schools have a lot of them and some others have very few, depending upon budget considerations.
Right. For such a small school, we have a lot of programs available to our students, a lot of sports programs, other types of extracurricular activities. I have a very involved student government, of which I am the advisor this year, and I'm having a lot of fun with the kids.
Right.
So our students are very involved. They spend a lot of time at school doing a variety of things.
And they still have time to prepare for the SATs or PSATs?
Oh, we're trying. I was speaking with a student this morning who's very apprehensive about the whole college process, and I was telling her that in February 12th and 13th, we're having Kaplan, which is one of these services that trained students take the SATs, come into Tuckahoe High School, and they'll spend 2 days with all our students preparing them how to take the test, because there are certain techniques of test taking that you can learn to help better prepare you for the exam. second day, they will administer the tests to all the students, and we'll get results for all our students and a profile on each student. So I'm very excited about bringing this into Tuckahoe High School. Practice makes perfect. I really believe that. And we'll do it again in the fall.
Do they have some of the old SAT tests, like they do old Regents tests?
Yes,
where
yes.
they can,
The teachers do preparation in their classrooms. The English teachers do prep, as do the math teachers. So.
Yeah, of course, English is a very important class, and we hear so much, at least from New York City schools, where a number of graduates come out and they can't even read their own diploma. Is there a stress now on English classes?
Yes, the big focus right now is on English because the students who are currently in our 9th grade will be taking the first Regents, the new Regents exam when they're 11th graders. So at the moment we're doing a lot of work with our English department, a lot of staff development. I have a coming in from BOCES to work with the teachers on their curriculum and their instructional practices so that we can better prepare our students for the future.
And they get into more creative type writing in addition to their book reports and so on?
Right, a lot of creative writing. It's a whole process approach to writing now that our students are involved in.
Right. And of course the other stress is on math and science.
Right. We have very strong math and science department, and what's wonderful about them is they work together. They're really working to integrate their curriculum so that the kids will start to see a connection between math and science and see that each content area supports the other, and they can use what they learn in one area to help them in the other, and vice versa.
Is discipline a problem?
No, I'm amazed. The students at Tuckahoe High School are unique, and they all seem to get along very well. I think the fact that we're so small contributes to just a general atmosphere of good control and cooperation.
There's been a lot of talk, of course, about consolidation, yet you lose something when schools become too large.
Yes. I love the smallness, and I've gotten to know all the students by name. I did that pretty much in the first couple of weeks of school. I spent a lot of time in the cafeteria. I drove them crazy going from table to learn their names, but they want to be known and recognized as individuals, so it's a very important thing to do for kids.
Is there an active student government?
We have a very active student government. As a matter of fact, on December 6th, I'll be taking all my student leaders, class officers, and my GO officers to a leadership conference at PepsiCo. So I'm very excited about that.
PepsiCo is one of the major corporations that have been very much involved with that type of thing.
Yes.
How about plant facilities? Is there anything lacking that you'd be looking forward to improve in the future?
Well, I have a team of parents and teachers looking at the facilities now, because with both middle school and the high school, there is always the concern about space. So we will be having increasing enrollment over the next few years, so the facility has to be considered.
A couple of weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to be able to do a video on the graduating class of 1946 for Tuckahoe High School, and they were very, very complimentary, and things that they pointed out from the speeches that they had made at that reunion was, at first, they appreciated having the diversity of economic levels, racial levels, ethnic levels, and they said that they thought that their careers were enhanced by that.
I think that our students are very unique with all our diversity. Everybody really gets along, and it's what the real world is like. This is what their lives will be like in the future. They'll be dealing with all different kinds of people from all types of backgrounds, and this gives them a good beginning and foundation for that.
Well, let's look towards the future. What are some of your plans for the future?
Always to improve instruction and learning, and we'll just continue to work very hard on that as a faculty. We'll be doing quite a bit of staff development over the next few years, because instruction needs to change in order to help our students achieve more. So basically my goal over the next few years will be to improve learning.
Are we getting the students involved in community service?
Our students are very involved in community service. They come and they work with the senior citizens. They work in the Cottle School. Many of my students work in the task after-school program for the, preschool children. And I find more and more they're looking for opportunities to be involved in the community.
Yeah, I think in a couple of weeks, or at least next week, the middle school is sponsoring a luncheon for the seniors, which I think is very nice.
Oh, it's wonderful. And my junior class is going to be sponsoring a breakfast with Santa for all the children at the Cottle School. So we're very excited about that.
And it's amazing to see how well that the young groups mesh in with the senior groups.
Yes, they do. There was some concern about the middle school and the high school being together in the same building, but the students all get along. They take care of each other. Many of them have siblings in the middle school and the high school, and it's worked very nicely for us.
Yeah, how is that working out? Now you have the middle school, which is the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Right.
And then you have the senior group, which is 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yes.
And they use some of the same facilities, don't they?
Right, we do. We share the building, we share the gym, the cafeteria, computer lab. But basically, you know, the middle school has their own area, and we do share the top floor of the building. And it's worked out so far. We're very pleased with the results.
And different scheduling, I assume.
No, we were on the same schedule, believe it
you?
or not. Occasionally we have an assembly schedule at the high school, so I drive my colleague, Mr. Murphy, crazy. But we're getting along quite well, the two buildings. So
That's great.
it's working out.
Well, we've been talking to Joanne Dornfeld. I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yes, you are.
And she's certainly bringing new life to the Tuckahoe High School. Is there anything you'd like to add, Joanne?
No, just to thank the community for all their support since I've been here. The parents have been great. The teachers have been supportive, and it really helped me get my feet wet over these first few months. And the kids are just a very special group of young people. And I'm very excited about working here in Tuckahoe. I look forward to great things in the future.
Well, we look to cooperate also with the schools. As you know, many of your students use our libraries, they use our community center, and they want to get involved here in village government in some way. We'd certainly be happy to have them.
Great, that's good to know. Thank you.
Well, thanks very much,
Well,
Joanne.
it's been a
Thanks for
pleasure.
coming by.
Thank you.